historically, you look at the draft. If you're drafted in the top 5 picks, you are going to go to a bad team. Right? You have to play extraordinarily, like exceptional, in order to try and help lift that team out. And it ain't a 1-year thing. It ain't a 2-year thing. Sometimes it's a 3-year thing. You know, unfortunately for you in your situation, I mean, you had a great rookie year. You know, you broke one of my favorite backs all the time, Mr. Jim Brown, rest in peace. You broke a lot of his rookie records, and that says a lot for me. But you didn't necessarily have the pieces around you. Then you're in a division where you got to play twice a year, Super Bowl champ, Pittsburgh Steelers. You got to play the Baltimore Ravens. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're coming into that. You got to play Cincinnati, which at the time still had a really good team. So the odds weren't necessarily in your favor, you know, in that sense, to succeed. Then you had some people that prematurely, I believe, pulled the trigger a bit too soon before they gave you an opportunity to really go out there and see what you were going to turn out to be. Then you compound all of that with family stealing from you. Mental stuff going on, you know, and having a dislike for the game. So I try to look at stuff holistically and give people a chance. I would love to be able to see, you know, a Trent Richardson drafted in the middle of the draft, you know, where you might go to a team that had a pick from the previous year, a good team that made the playoffs or something like that. Now, I always admired your ability to play football, to play the running back position. And not making any excuses for you. It's just I would obviously love to see you in a better start, having a better start in the NFL. But a lot of times it's not about the start. Like I said earlier, you have to go through something in order to get to that point to realize who you really are and who you are meant to be. And I think in this space, what you're doing for the children, having that type of heart, you know, I think is just great for our community. I think your personal growth shines through all of that, the resilience of having gone through the ups and downs of being a guy who was a top pick and now being in a really good mindset with the opportunity to give back to people that come from the sort of backgrounds that you, you know, a lot of us come from. I think that's the blessing in all of it, man. So I want to say just push that. Because you're going to be blessed 10 times over by the way these kids that you're pushing to be good human beings. That's where your true blessing is going to come from.
How in the hell somebody spent $1.6 million of your money and you not know it? I didn't know that story. 1.6, bro?
Well, you got to think about this, bro.
10 months.
That's crazy.
You got to think about this. When you got your money people and stuff like that, or when you trust it. Like, and at that time, like, you don't really have time to really pay attention to that stuff because I'm young. I'm trying to figure the playbook out. Man, I had 3 different offensive coordinators less than 14, 15 months. So they got rid of Pat Sherman now. They bring in, you know, from Carolina. They bring in that group the next year. Then I get traded. I had to learn the coach stuff, and they had over 300, you know, different packages. And so, like, man, you don't have time. Like I said, bro, I was in Indianapolis, I was in Cleveland Wednesday practicing. Wednesday night, I'm in Indy practicing Thursday with the Colts. And I'm playing Sunday, and Ahmad Bradshaw go down. And so they only dressed 3 running backs. Me and Brown and Ahmad Bradshaw, and Bradshaw went down. So I don't know none of the plays. I'm just going off total instinct. And we playing San Fran, and I'm talking about they got them 2 linebackers. Y'all know who they is. They coming full force.
Patrick Willis, Navarro Bowman.
Man, what? Coming full force.
Yeah.
And I got to go in there and save the day because in the beginning of the game, Ahmad go down. And I don't know nothing.
But it goes back, Channing, he said it, trust.
Yeah.
It's trust. Back in those days, it was easy for a financial guy to say, you focus on football. We're going to focus on this over here. But that's why I love your story, because it helps the other young men that are in the league right now, in that position. It helps them see it. Plus, nowadays, the technology, they can just open a thing. These guys are getting $50 million. They can open it and see the money everywhere. Back in those days, it wasn't necessarily always the case.